We were watching the incident in DC yesterday and obviously appalled. I'm assuming there's a very good chance if you're watching this that you are as well, but it's important that you understand that not everybody around the country reacted the same way to the like the insane, violent, people dying, bombs being planted, mob destroying those government buildings and trying to overthrow our government. 1 in 5 voters nationally, including almost half of Republicans, approved of yesterday's events. That literally killed people and could have killed far more. Almost half of Republicans are like, yes, that was good. Let's do that. Let's have more of that. Now, granted, almost half oppose it, so hooray. And the vast majority of the country opposes it since it was a terror attack on our capital. But like the closest we've come to the inciting incident of The Handmaid's Tale, half of the Republican Party says, yes, that was not a bad thing, that was a good thing. Maybe this explains the way Fox News is talking about it. They have to go talk to tens of millions of Americans who think that terror attack was great and they'd like to see more.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And so you have these pundits and hosts who will cater to the demographic that believes in criminality, right? I say something often, man. If you have to sell yourself out for the sake of having a platform, you don't deserve the platform that you have.
Yeah.
And we have seen it happen routinely, especially with conservative hosts and politicians. They don't really believe what they're saying, but there's an audience for the story. And because there's an audience for the story, they will continue to say it. And once again, chicken's coming home to roost. And this is what's happening. I don't know when they will wake up and realize that leadership is not just about who you're able to excite, but true leadership is also about who you're willing to offend. And even on my program, I have said things that are contrary to the ideology of some of my listeners. I have some black militant listeners that listen to my show and call my show sometimes, and I have to stand against them. Now, I appreciate everyone listening to my show, but right is right and wrong is wrong, okay? And if you say something that I find to be personally, professionally, or even politically offensive, at my core, I would check you on it. I don't care how much you love me. I don't care how much you follow me. I don't care how much you think I'm the greatest thing on the radio. It doesn't matter to me. If I need that, I can't be a leader, period.
Yeah. That's obviously a great position. That is a responsible position, but there's a lot of media that they're not having any of what you just said. Like they see how crazy people are and they think, first of all, I want those people to support me. I want them to watch me and give me their money. And if I can make them even crazier and make them even more devoted to me and convince them that I'm the only person they can trust, they'll do that. They are like, there is now an individual demonstrable profit incentive to personal radicalization. And and you do enough of that and you can get half of a political party to think that a terror attack is justifiable.
Yeah, and Trump is going to monetize on these suckers, man. Watch. Trump is going to make money off these individuals after he's president.
Yeah. Look, if he doesn't have the power, I'm okay with it. Take their money. I don't care. Yep. It's sad. It's sad. But then also, so we sort of gave a little bit of quasi credit to the 43% of Republicans who didn't support this terror attack. Only a quarter think that this is a threat to democracy. 2/3 say otherwise. I don't know, like you busted down the door to the Capitol and our political leaders, including of your party, had to flee for their safety. And that's not a threat to democracy. I don't know what would be at that.
And the irony is, John, the irony is the fact that they were literally counting votes.
Right.
This happened while they were literally engaged in a constitutionally mandated process of democracy.
Yeah, although as I pointed out yesterday, like think about the synergy between the Republican base and the Republican politicians. That the Republican politicians had to flee because the Republican base came in to stop the vote from going through. But they had to flee as those Republican politicians were trying to stop the vote from coming through. Like those were different tactics, I suppose, but the end goal was exactly the same.
It was the same.
Trump gets to stay in office. Anyway, as we go forward, obviously we've talked about earlier, there's a lot of politicians who are now pushing for Trump to be removed from office. What do the people think? Well, 50 to 42% voters say it would be appropriate to remove him from office over the events at the Capitol, although that includes only 1 in 10 Republicans think that him calling for and then justifying this attack justifies him being taken out. So if you are wondering what could happen that would cause Republicans to turn on Trump, scratch terror attack that he supports off the list, because that's not enough.
Yeah, the list is endless. But Trump figured something out before we did. Remember when he was campaigning, he said he could commit murder, right? And his followers would not stop following him. Well, he knew that back then. We didn't really know that. He knew that. But now what he's done is he has created politicians who will basically do the same thing. If this guy committed murder in front of other people, they will still defend him.
Yep. Yeah, and he said that he would shoot someone on Fifth Avenue. Well, a woman was shot. He didn't shoot her, but look, great tragedy that she was hurt. Wish that we could have gotten through all of this with nobody getting hurt whatsoever. We are learning more about her. We alluded to the fact that she is apparently an Air Force vet. And based on her social media activity, she had been being manipulated by tons of these people, believing these crazy conspiracy theories about voter fraud, retweeting people like Lynn Wood, who are talking about the Democrats being satanic pedophiles and how you need to overthrow this thing and all of that. And so they sent her out and she got killed. And other people died as well. So
yeah,
but man, it's not enough to remove Trump. The fact that he literally addressed those people.
There you go. The point is, Trump is not the end all. You don't solve the problematic issues that we're facing here in America just because you remove Donald J. Trump.
Yeah. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.